I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
Very excited for today's guest, not just because I consider him a dear friend and have known him for a long time, but because, damn it, is he talented, and he is showcasing that in his brand new album. Keith Wallen, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thank you, man. I'm so stoked to be here with you.
Where does this album sit for you personally in the ebb and flow of Keith Wallen?
Gosh, wow. First off, what an unbelievable intro. That was incredible. Thank you so much. I just love making music from the inception of this whole thing, learning how to play guitar and, working on, writing songs and stuff. I want to try and do this for as long as I can. And we're all getting a little older. So you start thinking about your mortality a little bit and you start thinking, well, how long do I have to do this? And you think about life and you think about, man, it's so short and it's so precious. And really, I just want to make as much music as I can while I'm alive on this planet. And, there's times where, Breaking Benjamin's not doing anything, in between tours or in between writing stuff and recording and stuff, so it's like, all right, make some music, get out there and be able to play and tour. And I literally ended a Breaking Benjamin tour. It was like, we hit the last note. It's like, good night, ladies and gentlemen. I walked off stage and got in a Sprinter van, and I've been doing this solo tour, and so we've been out. That's just it, man. I just love making music, and I've got this new solo album out right now. It's the first one on a label. I have this amazing partnership with Rise Records for this album, and it's been incredible. The whole writing process. We'd get a cool song idea, and then I'd meet up with someone else. Let's do the same thing. Let's see what we can come up with. And then, when all those kind of sessions were done, it's like, all right, what are the best songs? What can we work with here? And then, we went in the studio last June, recorded it in a couple weeks, which was really fast for me. But I think, doing all the work kind of ahead of time, you really kind of, what you're going to do, you kind of do all the heavy lifting beforehand. So that way you can get in the studio, boom, boom, boom. So the next thing is to just get out and play shows. And that's what I'm doing.
Well, I love it, man. And you brought up something there, a couple things I want to touch on. First, let's touch on having the label presence behind this. Yeah. Did you feel more creatively free because you had maybe a safety net, or you had some more people there? You could take some chances, because when it's on your own dime, it's on your own time. It can be a little different. I'm sure it helped in that sense.
Yeah, it's cool to have, some creative minds to kind of run things by, because in previous efforts, it was kind of just all on me, so, and you can kind of get too close to the material where you're not even sure, is this good? You don't even know. So I think that from the beginning, they were like, look, you have 100% creative control on this project. Which was very important and much appreciated. Yeah, it's just been incredible.
Well, again, the latest album, Infinity Now, I got to see the fun video of you and your bandmates celebrating the official countdown to midnight. It's out. Yeah. Now. You were opening for Breaking Benjamin and then playing with Breaking Benjamin before now doing the solo stuff. So I'm sure by the end of the Breaking Benjamin show, you were just wiped out, having to do double duty on tour there with the guys.
It's a little bit much. We're playing in an arena, so it's a great opportunity to get in front of people. And that's the name of the game right now, is letting people know that I exist. As
much stage time as you're getting, I'd be damned if by the end of this, everyone's going to know who you are. We're going to make sure everyone has they're going to know your astrological sign, your blood type. We're going to get in deep on Keith. Everyone's going to know everything.
You almost said address. I'm like, I hope they don't know my address.
Social security number. We'll get everything out there. We'll go big. Well, I'm excited for you to get more solo stuff, because again, there is so much talent there, and I'm not just pandering because you're here. And I've been a fan for a long time. That. Going back all the way to the Copper days. So it's cool to see this other side, which leads me into my question, because when you're writing a Keith Wallen solo album, is there a different mindset? Do you got to turn on a different brain, or is it still kind of whatever comes out in the wash, and then you just kind of go there?
I definitely have a different mindset for sure. It's just a different thing. It's a different sound, I see people online sometimes. They're just like, "Oh, you sound like Ben," and blah blah blah, and I'm just like, "No, I don't, dude. Like, shut up." I'm like, that's just ridiculous. I mean, it's a different sound. It's a different band. But I will say this: when I am singing with Breaking Benjamin and singing backup and harmonies and all that stuff, I make it a point to try and sound like Ben as much as I can, because I want it to be true to the album, and I want it to sound, because Ben's singing all the album harmonies. So that's my goal, is to kind of blend in and really sound like Ben for the albums.
Right.
But for my stuff, I mean, all bets are off. I'm whatever I have right here, it's me, and it's coming out that way. So.
And then the writing process too. Have you ever found yourself like maybe writing down some lyrics or playing a chord progression, and you're like, oh, that might be a good one for the band, or that sounds a little like this, or do you kind of shut it off on the musical side of it on your own end? How does that work?
Yeah, no, that's an easy question to answer. Basically, all the coolest ideas I just keep for myself. No, it's
for me,
it's funny.
One for you, two for me.
Yeah. And I was like, man, that's really cool. I'm like, I'm gonna hold on to this sucker for a while. But it's funny. The first time I did play opening for Ben, and it was kind of one of his first times kind of hearing some of my songs. And I had a song called Dream Away, and I play the show. I end with Dream Away, and he comes up to me after the show, and he's just like, man, Dream Away, what the hell, man? What the hell? And I'm like, what? He's like, that's a good song. And I'm like, well, thanks for the compliment. He's said before, he's just like, look, if the better your solo stuff does, the better it is for everybody. It's like, it just helps everybody with promotion and everything. So he gets it. Lots of people I don't think would be as understanding of that. So it's really awesome.
Well, and I think that's on so many levels, because for you, I'm sure it's got to be cathartic writing for Keith. It's got to be
100%
a way for you to, I don't know, either step away or find yourself as an artist. And now with this latest album, Infinity Now, I'm sure it's multiple levels beneficial for everyone, especially yourself. There's
some personal stuff for sure. And that it's just very, very catered to my mind and my survival of the human condition, So yeah, it definitely is, catered for my stuff.
Speaking of you and getting in on a more personal level with solo stuff, do you have a favorite track on the album? Is there one that really just gets you every time? Is there one that really stands out to you?
That's tough, because some of them we're starting to play some of them live, and they take on a kind of a new life once we play them. Man, I'd say right now my favorite is a song called Nemesis. I'd say that's my fave. I do like Don't Fall Asleep. I mean, I like them all. They're all my babies, but Nemesis is one that we've been playing live, and it's just so fun to play, and it's not too hard to sing. So I'm just like, yeah, let's do it.
I mean, you sit there in the studio, you hear it, you produce it, you mix it down. Let's recut this, let's do that, and then finally you get on stage where you can't pause the track, where you can't rewind.
Yeah,
that's got to be that first time on stage. Scary, exciting, all the adjectives I could think of for finally hearing these in front of people, that feedback, that vibe of something you put all this time into.
Yeah, 100%. It's a little bit of fear. It's also a little bit of, it's a bit of concentration, because, like you said, you said it, you get in the studio and you kind of piece things together, you do stuff to take at a time. And, so it's like, all right, play that song from start to finish. Can you even do that? And lots of times you discover, oh man, that's really hard. That is hard to sing.
So if we see you up on stage and you have lyrics written down on your arm, we know maybe just one of those songs you still need a few more rounds with, like a test.
Yeah, exactly. See, I'm not big enough to have a teleprompter yet,
right.
But boy, Lord knows when we do get there, I'm going to have one. Ozzy and all the greats have one. So.
Hey, Brian Johnson, every time. It doesn't matter. You know what?
Yeah, man.
You can do it. It's fine. There's a lot of work. Dude,
And it's just something less to think about. You can think about, all the other stuff. So
not tripping on the cord, falling off the stage, all that stuff. I like it.
Exactly.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Rock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.
I need new music.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast.
I do want to know, and maybe for the listeners out there that haven't picked it up yet or are on their way to the record store or going to download it, what have you, is there any surprises maybe on this record or something that may make the listener go, whoa, I didn't expect that on this album?
Surprises. I don't know. I would say the one kind of overlapping theme of the album was from a ayahuasca trip that I had. And I mean, honestly, you could just listen to the lyrics of the first song, Infinity, and you could just read those lyrics and be like, oh yeah, this guy's definitely done some psychedelics, but yeah, it's out there. It's out there a little bit, but yeah, there's a theme. Took this drug. I did this ceremony one time, and I didn't really even set out to write this album like specifically about this. But as I was writing it, it was like, wow, I'm totally tapping into this thing that I experienced. And I just saw all kinds of wild stuff. The very first thing I saw was like a wolf's face, like right in front of my face.
Well, you have a track?
I have a track called The Wolf. Yeah. The Wolf. So many things that I experienced and saw. It was a real journey, and they all kind of tie into the album.
That's so cool. And thank you for sharing and getting a deeper look into that. And you said this wasn't like recent. This was a while ago that you experienced this?
Yeah, it was about 10 years ago where I did this ceremony thing. It was a journey both outward and inward and all the places.
We're still on it because now we got a new album and something that the residual effects or what have you, whatever it may be. If that hasn't piqued anyone else's interest, I don't know what else to tell you. This is your Strawberry Fields, I think is what we can we say that?
Sure.
Sure, whatever. Well, very exciting stuff. Infinity now officially out. Keith Wallen, very exciting. Go get it. Download it, buy it, whatever you got to do. And then you're out on the road for a while. Any slowing down anytime soon, or you're just go for now?
Yeah, I'm out for a few more weeks. I've got a few shows. We're playing the festivals with Breaking Ben, and then I'm opening for myself for a few shows with Breaking Ben. And then I got a little bit of time off, and then I have another solo tour in July. Then a little bit of time off, and then a 2-month tour with Breaking Benjamin and Stained, and we're going. Let's go. Let's do it.
Well, it keeps you young. It keeps you young. That's good. I love it. And I'm so happy for you, man. It's always great catching up and exciting to have the new album out now from you. And can't wait to hear more. Now that the important stuff is, of course, now that the important stuff is out of the way, let's have a little fun. Let's do rapid fire, and I'll let you enjoy your house that you're in for less than 24 hours. All right. You actually get to sit on your couch and relax for a bit. All right. No wrong answers. You just go with your gut, and we'll go. All right. We'll see where we end up on this. Starting mashed potatoes or baked potato?
Baked potato.
Do you like it fully loaded, or is it like just butter?
Fully loaded.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Would you rather be 4'5" or 7'7"?
That's a tough one. You know what? I'm going to go 7'7" because I've always been, I've been just, my height, which is not very tall my whole life. So I'm ready to, let's go NBA. Let's do this.
You be dunking by the weekend. I love it. I love it. Yeah. The same way. Cause I'm squirrely size. You know what I mean? I can get into tight spaces and everything. So maybe it'd be fun to be.
Exactly. Fun. I've been fun size my whole life. Let's flip the script, baby.
I'm up here now. Batman or Superman?
I'm going to say Batman.
Disco or techno?
Disco.
Do you have a favorite disco band?
Oh, I've got to go Bee Gees.
They are so good. I mean, they're
so good.
Soaked jeans or damp socks?
Damp socks.
Would you rather see Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster?
Bigfoot, 1,000%.
Actually, now I need to ask because you're a West Virginia boy. You're out in the hills. You're out in you're with the hill people there. Have you ever had what you thought was maybe a Bigfoot experience? Have you ever been close out there in the West Virginia hills?
No.
All right. Last one. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Boy, these are good.
Thanks, buddy.
One horse-sized duck. I would take I would probably take the 100 duck-sized horses.
What kind of tactic would you take? Attack plan would you have against the 100 duck-sized horses?
I would go the charge into battle method. I would run straight through them, then I would turn around, run straight through them again, and I would just keep going until there were just nothing left.
Hey, I like it.
I know I've watched too many Gladiator, Braveheart movies. I'm like,
just go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like it. That 300. You're very. What's a King Leonidas of you? That's good. That's very good.
There we go.
Thank you for humoring me. More importantly, Keith, thank you for talking new music. Again, the brand new album Infinity Now is out now. Go get it, and just all the best and success to you, my friend. It's so great seeing you.
Man, thank you so much. Thank you guys for all the support. Spending my song Headspace Holiday, and man, I can't wait to come back sometime soon. And yeah, man, let's kick it.
Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Rock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.